All right, hello Baddy Charity League. Welcome back to the Baddy Charity League. I am AJS0. I am back with ethical content after a brief pause. And I'm here with good friends of the program. We've got Kingus Kong, aka KK, as well as the man himself, T2 Slade of T2 Games, one of the developers for BlindSight. Guys, how you doing?
Dude,
I'm doing fantastic.
yeah. It's been this weekend has been so good already. I'm super happy to be here with you guys to show off BlindSight a little bit.
Yeah, and now correct me if I'm wrong, Slade, but I think one of the things we have going on in this next hour, something about the highest donator in the next hour getting a BlindSight swag package.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to do a little something for the kids, of course. Okay, guys. So whoever donates the most in the next hour, so I'll keep track of this. I'll watch the donator. Top donator is going to get a BlindSight poster. I'll throw a couple stickers in and some Baddy Smash stickers as well, because I got those made from Jimbo, and those are actually pretty sick.
I just
And this is like a poster that we probably will. I mean, we're almost certainly never gonna actually sell this, so like, this is the only way you're gonna. I only got a couple left too. This is the only way you're gonna get it. So I mean, maybe if BlindSight does good someday, it'll be a collector's item or something. Who knows?
I'm sorry, folks. I had no sound on there. I just kicked the sound on for Parsec. Please keep letting me know, Twitch chat, if I need to do any audio adjusting. It's my first time streaming Parsec, so let me take this back a step for anyone that doesn't know. This is not a competition. This is more of a showcase here. So for those of you that are not familiar with BlindSight, I know a lot of you know what this is, but some of you definitely don't. Our good friend T2 Slade, as well as another friend and dev of him, they are working on, as you can tell, a fighting game, a Super Smash Bros. Inspired platform fighting game called BlindSight. They have been working on this, putting in a lot of time for a few years now, and this game is really slick as hell. It's really cool. Everyone that's gotten hands-on with this game has really enjoyed it, and I wanted to, take an hour here, before the baddies or the Smash Top 8 to showcase this game to everyone who's maybe never seen it. So we're gonna show you, what this game does that's like Smash, what's different, and if you've never had a chance to actually see BlindSight, maybe you've just heard of it. I'm really excited to show you BlindSight for the first time.
Yeah, I will. Just to make this, I'm so glad to be here. So glad to show off the game. But just to make this a little bit more for the kids, I am going to add an incentive on myself. So every time Tapion gets a spike KO, I'm gonna donate $2. If the game freezes, I'll donate $10, and we'll cap that at like 100. We'll say. And you might be thinking, $2, $2 for a spike KO. It's not that much for the kids, but you just wait. Tapion's very good, and over an hour, I'm actually kind of scared.
Yeah, Tapion, is he the best BlindSight player?
I would say so. Yeah, he was. He's been in the Smash community for a long time now. He was pretty big in Melee. I'm trying to figure out which character he is now because they didn't use their tags. But once I figure it out, well, let's go to that quick. So I based on character choice, Lilum, the girl with the bat and the rollerblades, is almost certainly Head Reaver. So people from Baddy Smash will know. Socket is most certainly Candy Jack. And then the other two are kind of a wild card. Based on gameplay, I'm thinking Jack, the guy with the sword, is Chai, and then Tapion is Remington, the girl with all the projectiles.
So there's a lot of characters on screen. Sometimes they appear and then they go away. Can you tell me more about this game mode and tell everyone else?
Yeah, for sure. This is our group battle game mode. So we wanted a way to have, you got these like crazy 3v3 stuff going on in Smash Ultimate that's, it's really fun, but it's kind of hard to tell what's going on sometimes. So we want our own way to actually introduce more players in a slightly more competitive game sense. Either you can have crew battle goes up to 3v3, and you can do 3v3 and play, just fine. But it's assist based. Anyone who plays Dragon Ball FighterZ or Marvel vs. Capcom, you know the deal. You can call yourself in as an assist. But in BlindSight, you have full control when you call yourself in, and every character has an attack and a special. that they can use. So it's an overpowered attack. You know, they use it, they go. If they get hit, they leave, or if their timer runs out, they leave.
So it's you assist, call people in, they fuck around for a bit, and then they leave. And then the rest of the time it's 1 versus 1. But that's the rest of the time. There's still a lot of time where it's not just the 1v1 in the crew battle mode.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it gets pretty chaotic sometimes. Apparently they're having some issues, so we're gonna go some 1v1s. So good thing about 1v1s is you will get probably a better idea what these characters are actually doing, what they're capable of, their gimmicks and stuff.
This will be a little more familiar.
Yeah, and you'll see some inspiration from Smash for sure. I mean, obviously every character with a sword is Marth, so that is our Marth character.
So
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, to start with here, so when we say Smash inspired, this is clearly very like Melee and Project M inspired. So would you say, like, what would you say is like Melee like in this game?
The combo system, the combo mechanics are very Melee. You know, a lot of hits done, so you have a lot of time to follow up when you hit someone. And generally the character speed. Characters are just all fast. Like the slowest character in our game is among probably some of the faster characters in a game like Ultimate. But don't let that, if anyone wants to give this a try, and anyone that knows anything about Melee, like, don't let that scare you. The game is easy to pick up. There's a lot of things in Melee that make the game incredibly mechanically difficult. Like L canceling and wave dashing. Like wave dashing in our game is one button. We have wave dashing, it's a button. You press a button, you can wave dash. So it's way easier to pick up. Like these guys, Chai, Head Reaver, and Candy haven't even played too much BlindSight, and they're already able, you know, they're doing combos. Candy's, you know, comboing the crap out of Chai right now. Like they picked it up quick.
Yeah, in my experience with this game, it's definitely more like Project M than Melee in that respect, whereas like Melee has a lot of finickiness because it's a 22-year-old game, and ultimately a lot of things were kind of happy little design accidents, not intentional design, and Project M kind of cleaned up some of that, which is a part of why we liked PM so much. In this game, it definitely, you know, it's 2022. There's things that don't need to be hard just for the sake of being hard.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, our philosophy is make people get good based on, you know, their skill, strictly their knowledge.
Ooh,
skill.
That was kind of nasty.
That was pretty hype. When we get Tap in here, hopefully he actually chooses a tag. You guys, if anyone in chat could help me, you know, keep track of how many times he gets a spike KO. I believe he is Remington the girl. Yeah, this game, it's not mechanically, we don't want to make things mechanically hard. We don't want to make you, you know, we don't want to make your hands sore playing. We just want, and don't get me wrong, this game has an insanely high skill level.
One thing I've noticed playing this game, it's very natural when you pick it up. So if you watch me, I played Super Smash Bros. Melee on this very stream earlier, and it was a disaster. Melee can be a pretty hard game if you haven't played it in a while. This game is not like that. Like, I remember picking it up and everything, it just, the movement was very good, and characters kind of did when I pressed buttons, characters did what I thought they would do. And that's the thing that's impressed me so much about this game for being, you know, essentially a two-man project, is that you guys have something so difficult, that the movements, that feels just so responsive, and for like a platform fighter, that's literally the most important part.
Yeah, it's the thing I definitely think, like, movement is the key to a platform fighter. It's the thing I think a lot of some of the indie platform fighters get wrong sometimes. But it's also, I understand why. I mean, this is 5 years of not settling for anything but perfection. Like, if there's something that we think feels wrong or could be better, like, we do it. Like, we will take the effort to test new things even if we end up not actually using it. And it's like 1,000 tiny decisions. Things like in Smash Brothers, when you dash, your speed is based on how far you hold the joystick forward. And we're like, I mean, that's cool, but it also means keyboard has an advantage over controllers, and it means, like, if you're trying to do perfect wave dashes or dash dances, they're hard. So we're like, let's remove that. Let's find a system that's fair for everyone. And it ended up feeling really good. So you just feel like really fast in BlindSight. I mean, there's like 1,000 things I wish I could remember because I could talk about this for ages. I'm really proud of it.
Well, you said
Speaking of keyboards and stuff, what kind of controllers does this game support or is planned to support?
Everything. We want to support everything. Right now we have support for any Xbox, any PlayStation controller, keyboard, but we want to have support for boxes and stuff. Like we really want everyone to be able to play this game.
Even GameCube controllers?
Oh yeah, I can't believe I forgot about GameCube controllers. Yeah, of course GameCube controllers. I mean, when we started making this, it was all about the GameCube controller, and later we ended up adding more controllers into it. I actually use Xbox myself now, which is, as someone who, you know, grew up as a diehard Melee fan and Ultimate eventually, it was weird to actually prefer an Xbox controller.
I also play this game with a really cheap Xbox 360 controller, and from when I played it, it still feels really good. So no matter what controller you play with, you're gonna have a lot of fun, and it's gonna feel pretty natural.
thank God when I play BlindSight, I can't be held back by the controller. I can only be held back by my own lack of skill.
Yeah, that's our goal, dude, to make sure that no one can say it's the game. It's always your fault. And if they say otherwise, they're lying.
So when the characters come in as an assist, to get back on that, is this like they have full control of the character like they're a normal character? Or are they limited?
Yeah, you call yourself in. Yeah, I see a hook resets in chat. You call yourself in whenever you want when your bar is full. Obviously, if you call yourself in when your teammate's getting hit, you're probably going to get hit right away. So you got to be careful.
So do you spawn in at your ally?
Behind your ally based on the opponent, which, you know, is another one of those meticulous small details we had to get right. If you're off stage, you'll spawn on the platform near the edge of stage. But also, assists take a considerable amount more of hit stun, meaning that if they get down aired off stage, they're probably going to die. So it's very risky to actually call yourself in when your teammate's off stage. Oh yeah, you have full movement. You cannot shield. You cannot grab ledge. And then of course you have 2 attacks. But other than that, yeah, you have full movement. You can wave dash. You can move around. You can do whatever.
And how long do they stay in for?
Honestly, I don't remember. It's probably about 5 or 6 seconds, which in Platform Fighter is ages. Like, to give you an idea, an average game of Melee lasts about 2 to 2.5 minutes. But we want to give people, like, we want to make sure that people had time to actually make an educated decision. Plus, like, the 2v1 pressure is really fascinating. And you, like, this situation here, Jack affiliated has no assists. He lost all of his life, so he cannot assist in anymore. So it's literally a 2v1 right now.
Watch your kick. I mean, he's a power percent.
Here we go. So if an assist gets hit, what'll happen to them?
They'll despawn. They'll despawn after hit stun. So they will take their full hit stun and they will fly. But after hit stun, they will despawn. If you get caught alone, if you're playing someone who's good, and like let's say your teammate dies and you called yourself in right before they died, if you get caught alone, you can get 0 to death very easily. If they know what they're doing, you're just absolutely screwed. They can't get up attack, and their tech options and their tech rolls or their get up rolls are all slower. So everything about techs is just like, or everything about assists is just don't get hit. Don't get hit or you're gonna get punished very hard. But obviously the trade is that they hit super hard and their moves are just blatantly broken.
So one thing I want to ask about on this stage specifically, these like translucent pillar wall things at the sides of the stage, there's an actual mechanic to those, right?
Yes, there is. Wall jumping is actually a big part of BlindSight, and we simplified that too before I get into the laser walls. Wall jumping, all you have to do is basically air dodge into the wall, and you will automatically wall jump off of it. But the laser walls act as obviously walls you can pass through, but you can wall jump off of them. Projectiles hit them. I mean, the things about walls is walls are really fun in platform fighters. But the problem is they're really not good for game balance. Like, you get a character next to a wall and you can infinite combo, it just ruins the game. So we were like, oh, let's just make walls you can go through, but you can do all the cool stuff with still, you know?
And so now we have these walls on stages where if you want to go wall jumping up to extend an aerial combo, or if you want to bounce projectiles in, you can do that.
Yeah, and you'll see if this Lilim starts pulling the baseball, you'll see the baseball will definitely just bounce around on this map. This map's called Titan, and Titan is a great map for Lilim with her baseball. It's just it can be epic, it can be annoying. It's just really fun.
Yo, and real quick, I see some money came in. Jesus Christ, was that Cruise Master with a fat stack? I can't tab out a parsec because I think it might break things if I do, and I don't want to risk that. But I see we did just have some money come in since this game has started, so thank you to everybody chipping in. If anyone wants to go for the assist and read it off, feel free to.
I'll pop it up. I'll pop up the page. I'll do it for you.
Cruz wants that blindside poster. Cruz is a collector, man. If he can get something that no one else can get, like, he's gonna go for it.
Yeah, I think, I mean, the only people that have that poster are, like, some of my close friends and family. Blaze got one because he went to SmashCon. We were handing him out there. But, I mean, that's it. There's only a handful of those guys out there.
So that's a good segue, because I wanted to talk about that at one point. So you have brought this game so far to one convention. You went to Super Smash Con over the summer, which was your first time bringing BlindSight out, like, in public, correct?
Yeah, that was our first big appearance for sure. Which,
So,
I mean, that was to anyone out there, if you have a chance to go to, you know, SmashCon or a Smash Brothers major in general, it's such a good experience. Even
yeah, so for context, real quick, for anyone that doesn't follow, like, the Ultimate Pro scene mostly, so SmashCon is one of the 2 biggest Smash tournaments in the world. Especially ever since, like, Smash isn't that Evo anymore. It's basically Super Smash Con in the summer and Genesis in the winter are basically the 2 biggest tournaments in the world by a pretty comfortable margin. So you had a chance to bring BlindSight to a massive event as part of the Indie Game Showcase. So how many other games were there?
indie games, I don't know, about 5. Like, we got... Honestly, we did that kind of on a whim. Like, I did the application and stuff, not even thinking we would get in, because the competition, you know, it's SmashCon. Like you said, it's one of the biggest. It's one of the biggest Smash majors around. But yeah, they gave us a spot. They even paid for our booth. Like, we didn't even have to pay for the booth. It was crazy. It was almost as if they wanted us to be there.
And I remember you telling me that you had a pretty good time at SmashCon, that things went pretty well with showing this game off.
Yeah, dude, we got there, we set up, we spent, like, you know, a good half hour setting up, the doors opened. Which, by the way, we ended up not getting exhibitor passes, like they ran out, so we got regular passes. So every day we went there, the bouncer would be like, can't let you in, can't let you in. So I have to call people, or we'd have to figure something out just to get us in. But I mean, that is not important right now. But yeah, we set up. No one came to our booth for the first hour. Like, it was really depressing. So me and my partner, are just playing, and then finally, after an hour, someone stopped by. Started playing the game, and from that point on, the whole weekend, our booth was full. We actually had someone was there who I know as an online friend, who said that they kept trying to come by the booth and they never had a chance to actually play because the booth was full the whole time, which is both sad and incredible.
Yeah, man, I remember seeing the map of SmashCon, and like that indie game area was like by like the entrance. Like, everyone was walking past. You could see you guys were really set up for success. It sounded fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude, it was unreal. Especially, like, there was a point there where I almost started crying. I was so happy because everyone was loving it, and this is the Smash community. These are people who love Smash.
The Smash players hate everything, and they liked this.
Hearing that was it was definitely something special. It was one of these days I am probably just gonna break out crying. But by the way, that was a 200 dono from Cruz. Holy crap, Cruz! For the kids, man.
That's what we like to see.
Thank you,
he wants
Cruz.
that poster.
I think he donated that before he even said anything about the poster, because that was at 403. But holy crap!
Maybe there was some fat donos during the last block and I missed it.
We
This
did
turned
have,
into a pretty close match here.
Yeah, these guys have been doing some cool shit this match. I've been like
yeah,
casually watching it as we go here.
having such a hard time multitasking. Yeah, the one thing I love about Cruz is you get stuff that you've never seen before happening like all the time. Just because the amount of stuff you can do like with an assist plus a character is just infinite.
You said
Amount
one
of
thing I
combos
love
and
about crews, and I thought you were. But it took me a second to realize you meant one thing you love about crew battles, not one thing you love about Josh Cruz.
Oh.
I was like, thanks for the money. You know, one thing I love about Cruz is his fucking fat wallet.
So kind of going back to the gameplay, I saw last game where it looked like Jack was building up power and then he switched places with his partner. What did he do there?
Guessing what you saw was his assist attack, where he basically like dashes forward.
Or it looks like that his partner took his place. Like he became the assist one then. Like a switch.
I think you just saw what happened. By the way, if you saw Jack, there. Oh!
Ooh.
Okay, so I gotta explain this. Ledge hogging is kind of a necessity for BlindSight. If you're not familiar, ledge hogging is if you're holding onto the ledge, no one else can grab it. It's
Yeah, so if
a
you
big part of
in melee, only one person can be holding on the ledge at a time. Unlike Ultimate, where everyone can be holding on the ledge at the same time.
Yeah, and there are reasons why it's a necessity, because anyways you just recover low every time, which does kind of happen in Ultimate a little bit. But in BlindSight, it would be even more detrimental to the game. But we didn't necessarily like that, so we had this new system. If you're holding onto the ledge and someone tries to grab it, you will push them off, puts them in a really horrible situation, because there's not much they can do to get back. Like, it's hard for them to get back. They definitely can get back, so it's not hopeless. But if they grab a ledge again before landing on stage, you will instant kill them. So that's what that kick was. So first you push them. If you do it again, you kick them, and it adds this like really fascinating mind game to ledge play. It's just way more interesting, and it's, for me, like, I wouldn't go off the ledge at 0% at all, because it's just not worth the risk. They could turn it around. Oh, here we go.
Oh, clean! I died there.
He really wanted that SD kill, but yeah, the ledge game is just so fascinating now. I'm really happy with that decision. It's just one of the 1,000 decisions we made. Like, we don't really like this thing too much, so we made it better.
Yeah, that's kind of something that's clear through the whole design process, that everything was about this game has just been very intentional, because you guys have been working on this game for a while now. So you said it's been 5 years since you started development on BlindSight?
Yeah, it's been over 5 years. I think we're going on about 6 now. And I mean, mainly that's because we're a 2-person team. Like, we have an amazing musician who's worked with us as a freelancer, and we've had a concept artist, 3D modeler, but 99% of the work done on this game is literally just me and my buddy. So he codes, I do everything else. And it just makes it so it just takes a lot of time, which is sad, but you know, when you don't got funding or money, and we really want to put this game out ourselves before we start trying to get angel investors or anything like that. That's just how it goes. But I'm super happy with, you know, how far we've come.
Absolutely. Let's talk about that journey a bit, because that's not like you made a small decision. Like, a bunch of people in this community, probably a bunch of people on this stream, literally have a degree in game design and development, and a lot of those people opted out of doing game design because it's a difficult thing to get into. And so when you and Andy made the decision to start working on BlindSight, this was we're gonna quit our full-time jobs and start working on this game like it's our full-time job, right?
Yeah, we eventually got there. I mean, the story goes like this. The way I met Andy, we'll start there. The way I met Andy, or T2 Mara.
Tell the long version of the story. We got a lot of time left on this stream, so
it's worth it. So I had a ex-girlfriend come to town, and God, I hope she never sees this, but she called me. She's like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" So I'm thinking like booty call. I'm like, okay, yeah, you know, she's back in town. Let's hang out. I go over there, and there's a guy there. Her friend's there. So I'm like immediately like, okay, this is not what I thought it was. This is weird. This is awkward. And then we discover a common interest: Super Smash Brothers Brawl. And from that point on, that was the conversation. It was me and Andy talking for like an hour before she was finally like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna go to bed. Like, you can stay here if you want, but you know, I'm gonna go to bed." And Andy's like, "Yo, can I come to your house? Can we play Smash?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah!" And that's how I met him. But for about, I don't know, about 2 years, we never actually humored making this game. It was always like, we did talk about it. We're like, we love Project M. Like, what would we do to make this game better? Eventually, we started a Google Doc, and we just wrote things down that we thought were cool, you know? Character designs, movesets, mechanical changes. But never once did I actually humor making this game until I got my dream job, which is just, my dream job wasn't very, I don't know what the word is. It was a low bar. I just wanted a good IT computer job. I got a job at a bank. I paid good, and I was happy with that. You know, that's all I wanted. I wasn't aiming for the stars or anything. And after about, you know, a year or two of doing that, I was like, this sucks. Like, I hate my life. I'm in a cubicle all day. You know, I thought this is what I wanted, and it really isn't. And one day, it just, like, kind of snapped. I was like, F it. Let's do it. Let's actually commit to making this game. And I didn't get up and quit my job. I wasn't that diehard on it, but I did start devoting time every week. We got together every week. We had meetings. And after about a year of that, I was like, you know what? I think this could work. I think it'll take us a year or two to make the game. I'm quitting my job. Let's do it. And 5 years later, we're still working on it.
So how many hours a week, like, are you typically working on BlindSight these days?
I generally work about 8 to 12 hours, 5 days a week.
Just on BlindSight?
Yeah.
So this is literally a full-time job for you.
Pretty much.
A pretty aggressive full-time job too, where you're working some heavy overtime.
Yeah. I mean, I work part-time just to pay the bills in retail, but I want BlindSight to be my full-time job. I want game development to be my full-time job. So, and honestly, it's just passion, man. I don't dislike working that much. It's fun. I like doing it. I shouldn't say it's fun. It's not fun, but it's rewarding.
Yeah, no, that's fair. You can't work 8 to 12-hour days on something that you're not enjoying, and you would have given up by now if you weren't getting something out of this.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Jack has been in the game for, I don't know, a year or two now, and we just decided to change his neutral special. Like, that's how much we're like, you know, his neutral special is okay, but it's not that interesting. Let's make it better. Like, so we did, and now he throws out a gourd, and it has a delayed explosion. It's still kind of in its testing phase, but it's so fun.
So can you explain more about like Jack as a character? I see some sword swings are orange, some are gray, and he sets people on fire. What's all that about?
Yeah, so Jack, his main gimmick is fire, which in our game we have elements. Fire will burn your shield. So if you're on fire, your shield will burn considerably faster. And I'm talking like you can hold your shield for a second at most, and it's gone. So all of his red slashes, those are his sword slashes. He will light people on level 1 fire. And then his gourd, his neutral B, if he hits people with that, it'll light them on level 3 fire. And the stronger the fire, the more it burns your shield. And you'll see, if you ever see someone on level 3 fire, they just basically can't shield. And then the white swings are the sheath swings. So if he doesn't unsheath his sword, there's a white trail, and those just don't apply fire. But with the gourd, it gets complicated. With the gourd, his gourd is filled with sake. So if you hit the gourd with his, and this is how every character is, it's just complicated. You don't even need to do this. Let me preference that. Like, you could play Jack as a Marth. You could go ahead and swing your sword, and you'll have decent success with him. There's just levels to a character where you can get deeper and deeper. But the gourd, you can hit with a fire move. It will explode on a delayed cooldown. If you hit it with a sheath move, it will blow up, or it'll crack, and sake will come out and either wet people, or if they're on fire, it'll light them on level 3 fire. So this Jack, if you see Tapion play Jack, you'll see him be throwing the gourd out a lot more. But I think Chai is just a bit newer to the game, so he's basically playing him like Marth. You're not seeing a lot of that. I don't know, character depth, I guess, that the character can have.
That's the cool thing about BlindSight. It can be enjoyed and played by all sorts of different skill levels.
That was a sick shield break. But yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what we focus. The game is mainly balanced towards competitive play, high-level players, but we pay very close attention to making sure the game is fun for mid-level players as well, mid-level and low-level players.
Nice spike, my dude. So, I know we've been going for a bit here, just in case some folks weren't around at the start. We do currently have a donation incentive going just during the hour that we're playing BlindSight. Highest donator during this hour is getting a BlindSight care package from the T2 team themselves. Some exclusive stuff that will probably never be available. And Cruise Master's in the lead, but you've all got money. You don't really need it. You can still outbid that man for the swag.
Yep. And if you want even more money for the kids, you can hope for a freeze. Honestly, both happy and sad that we haven't gotten a freeze yet. It's been actually pretty good tonight. And that's the other part about game development. It is.
I mean, this game has come so far. I remember the first time I played a hands-on version of this game, and it was like you had to bring the development PC to the party and like put it inside of a game sandbox, and like it kind of works, but it was like you'd crash every match or two. And now it's like anyone can go onto the Patreon, support the game, get the current stable build, load this up on Parsec, and play games with people online.
Yeah, that is funny, man. I was so proud of it back then, and like now I have like video of how it used to look. I should have brought that. That would have been funny. How the game used to look and how it compared to how it looks now is just, it makes me so happy when I go back and I look at those.
Yeah, that's one thing. I've definitely had that conversation with a lot of people. So you guys did a big graphical overhaul. Was that earlier this year?
I think so. That might have been at the end of last year, but it was recently.
In that time frame. So the game, it definitely, you went from using just like kind of just not ideal looking polygons to you started adding some cell shading, and it just added a lot of character to the game. And I feel like it's maybe the biggest improvement I've seen with the game is it just looks so much more stylized now. And I think that's, you know, I've come to think that that's like such a huge part of a fighting game. In addition to playing well, it's got to feel like there has to be an aesthetic to it, and like it has to feel cool.
Holy crap! I'm sorry, but that combo that is clearly Tappy on the Remington. That combo you just pulled off on him was absolutely insane. The whole time you were talking, he was comboing him.
It's the anti-caster curse. It's the caster monologue moment. Everyone will always pop. That's true in every game. If you start going off on a monologue, people will do something sick.
Yeah, whatever makes casting harder is definitely what happens. Yeah, the game had a more gritty look to it previously, because I always felt like BlindSight is like more mature than Smash. Like when it comes to graphics, like Smash is very cartoony and vibrant, and it's beautiful. It's not a bad design at all, but eventually I kind of caved in, and I'm like, we'll do a combination of both. Like I still think our game has a little bit more maturity when it comes to how I designed it and how I actually did the art style, but it's just more pleasant to look at. It's just straight up easier to read, nice look at. We do have Mylane. We do have a character. We are way more in the character creation progress right now. Up until this point, we've been mainly making the engine, building the core of the game. But now I am almost strictly on a character creation mode, while my partner is on a get rollback implemented mode. So we're working on Emerson right now. If you do ever want to, you can go to our Patreon and see updates. You don't even have to pay; they're just there. If you're curious about that character, but I think we'll end up having I don't know, maybe 3 characters put out a year now at this point.
So the engine being built was really a big part, and now the work is kind of a bit faster. So am I correct in guessing you probably have multiple characters that are some stage in the pipeline at any given time?
Yeah, we got 2 right now that we got I think 13 characters planned out, but 2 that have not been shown yet that we're still fleshing out, and we're hoping to put 1 out probably a month or 2 for people to start actually playing it.
So
I mean, I love that part of the game, man. That part of game design is so fun. Like actually designing the characters.
that seems like that's the part everyone wants to do. Like that's.
Here's the thing, though, man. I will be cocky about this. I think what a lot of game developers don't realize is when you're designing a character, it's not about how cool that character is and what that character can do is number 2 priority. The number 1 priority is how fun is that character to fight against. If the character is not fun to fight against, I just don't want it in our game. Like,
all right, clip this. Twitter.com at Masahiro Sakurai right now.
yeah, I'm not gonna Smash Ult. I will never say Smash Ultimate is a bad game. I love Smash Ultimate, but I mean, you said it earlier. There are a couple choices that just like Belmont's. Oh my god, dude.
Or maybe the whole DLC pack too.
Hey, don't loop my beloved big-breasted Aegis in with the rest of that trash pack.
Man, we had a Cat and Falcon lobby going once. We had 4 people playing Cat and Falcon, and I think that was some of the most fun platform fighting I've ever played. It was such a fun night. I think KK, you were there.
Probably. Yeah, we did. We just saw a ledge attack there, a hanging ledge attack. I was hoping we'd be able to see the second one, but they were able to go higher. Oh.
Reaver or Dicey Outcomes in chat asking where did Lilum go to school. That is we don't want to reveal that quite yet, but rest assured we will definitely reveal that at some point. It's very important to the plot.
Is someone making a Tinder bio for Lilum? Is that the next step they need, the school?
Yeah, I guess so. Dimnoms, we do have a zoner. We do have Remington. She's our zoner character. If you're talking about like a projectile zoner,
Yeah,
we just have a philosophy about projectiles, and that is basically they're hard to use. None of our projectiles are like Link shooting an arrow or Falco shooting a gun. Like it just goes forward. All of them require setup. Like Lilum can throw out a ball, but then she has to hit it, and every single move she has hits it at a different angle.
that's one thing I love about watching BlindSight is there's so much creativity baked into all of the projectile characters that you can like I can imagine how at a really high level like how it's just there's so much skill expression there. Like every different Lilum players would probably play the character very differently. How they're using the projectiles. Every match would probably look really unique.
Yeah, it's the amount of tools you have is insane, and it happens all the time where I'm like, oh yeah, that's something you could do. Like Lilum, you could jump when you jump and you throw out the ball, it follows you, so it'll follow your momentum. So if you jump forward, throw the ball out, it'll stay with you. Because of that, there's a lot of things you can do. Like you can delay the hit, so you can make someone think you're gonna hit him off stage, and then like delay it and hit it later. And there's just these things I think about. I'm like, why don't I do that more often? Oh, that's because there's like 50 other things I can do, and I just have a hard time remembering all the things I could actually do.
So we've mentioned the Patreon a few times. So for people who want to play this game, what do they need to do?
Well, the game is free to play, and we are 99% sure it'll be free to play when the game actually gets released. You can support our Patreon if you want a supporter build, and if you want the alpha skins, which I don't think we've seen an alpha skin. At least I don't remember. I'll point out if one pops up, but you'll get those skins when the game comes out, and you get extra stages. So this stage they're playing on right now is a Patreon only stage. And you just get access to like updates, Discord roles and stuff. So yeah, if you want to do that, I mean, even $1, like everything is super. I know we're here for the kids tonight, but game development is hard and also expensive. So, but the game is free if you want to play it. We have an itch.io page. You can go to blindsightevent0.com. I'll put it in the chat right now.
I mean,
from there, you can see our Twitter. You can download the game, and if you want, you can support the Patreon. Like I said, game's free. We are working on rollback right now, so if you want to play the game now, the only way to play online is to use like a couch co-op program like Parsec. but we are working on rollback, and once rollback is ready to go for the public, we're gonna put this game on Steam. So when we get to that point, you know, I'm hoping more people give it a go. But
Oh yeah, man, I'll be looking forward to it.
Ooh, I think that was a spike.
That was.
Was that Tapion, player 3?
yeah, we'll say that's Tapion.
Where's Mikuro keeping count when we need him?
Was a spike.
It's hard when the tags are whack, but
Yeah,
I'll ask
Tinder,
him
Tapion, same letter.
you keep tracking. I'll ask him how many times he thinks he got a spike KO, and I'll just.
Oh, and also, I think it crashed 10 times.
Yeah.
Oh, I just hit the.
Oh, another one, Tapion.
Oh, was that a spike or did he hit him in time?
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
spike.
I think
yeah,
it was.
yep.
I think it was.
He got him.
All right, so I need to ask you the one thing that bothers me a lot about this game. You made a character named Salvo. You know he's gonna make that a thing, right?
Oh, he's already made a thing. I shouldn't have told him.
Can you just
Salvo
blur that out like it's a wiener and a hentai? Just...
Salvo is one of the characters I'm working on right now, so we might see him soon.
Ooh.
But I
Is
mean, if
Salvo
anyone,
gonna be a Salvo main?
I think the character might be too hard for him to play. But maybe.
You hear that, Salvo? You're fucking trash.
He told me he was gonna play him, and I respect that.
Oh, that's fair. Salvo talks a big game, and then he plays characters, then they're hard, and then he changes his minds.
You know, I take that back. He does play Luigi. I don't think Luigi's an easy character.
Luigi's easy. You get on top of somebody and press all your buttons.
Yeah, the way
Maybe you're
Salvo
right.
plays him.
Maybe you're right. I don't know.
Dude,
I'm
the
trying
worst.
to give him some credit here.
I don't know if he's watching. I think he works this weekend, unfortunately. So I don't know if he's currently watching, but I bet he's gonna watch these VODs. So 3 days from now, when Salvo DMs me that he just saw this, I will smile.
I did have another gameplay question a while back. On a previous stage, I saw a different kind of laser, purple horizontal lasers. What did those ones do? They act like platforms that also walls?
Those are void walls. They are not platforms. You can't land on them. Basically, they're walls that you can hit if you're in hit stun. So you can combo off of them. You can hit people into them. But normally you can't interact with them other than wave dashing. We have air wave dashes in our game. And you can wave dash off of them, which we call wave dashing surf because it's our term for the button, because there's way more to the button than just wave dashing. Wave dashing is just like one feature of the button. It wall dodges, or wall jumps, it dodges, it surfs off those platforms. But yeah, we're trying to add a bit more gimmicky stages. We're still keeping the game a bit more on the competitive side, but we're gonna have some goofy stages for sure.
Oh yeah, I think there's a lot of room in this genre to have some goof. I mean, like Rivals of Aether, for example, every stage has a competitive variant and a for fun variant, and I think like a concept like that can work really well.
Yeah.
So how goofy are we talking? Are we talking WarioWare goofy or like Spring Stadium goofy for our Baddy Smash fans?
Oh, you mean like the WarioWare with the actual things?
Sure.
With the actual hazards, not just the stage. Because the stage itself, we already have a stage that is similar to WarioWare, and that's Titan when it comes to like small boundaries.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
I would actually do that. I mean, we have an idea right now for a stage where, like, with lava on the ground, so you can basically hit people into it, and it might be better for newer players because you won't just SD or whatever. But I don't know. Honestly, we have a lot of ideas, and I'm hoping we can implement them. I'm trying to think. I'm just blanking right now.
So you've mentioned you've played this game a lot. Who's your favorite character to play as?
I mean,
Or is it just all of them?
I have two answers. One is I can't answer that. I'm not allowed to answer that because as a developer, I really don't think, like, we both have a rule where we won't tell people
That's
who we
fair.
think is the best character or who we like the best. Just because, you know, people get the wrong. If we say, for example, Saga is the best character, and then we nerf someone else, people are just gonna get angry, right? But anyways, my favorite character, the real answer is my favorite character actually does change all the time. It's usually who the last character I worked on is. Like right now, I really like Jack just because we added a new neutral special to him. But I don't see how you can make a game and not love every character in the game. Like I love every character, and the characters that we didn't really love, like Socket, honestly, when our other characters got a lot more personality, Socket didn't have that much personality, and we were like, you know, we don't like playing him as much as we used to, so we gave him an overheat mechanic. We made him different, and now he's super fun.
I love that answer.
You gotta love the character. I don't know how you work on a game and not. I guess like since it's just two of us, we have more creative freedom over the characters, so we actually get to choose things. Like I'm not just an animator doing Sakurai's ideas or anything. I actually get to you know, have input on how a character plays, but it would be hard for me not to make a character that I didn't absolutely want to play or main. At least have the chance to main.
This is like asking somebody what their favorite child is.
Yeah, there's usually a right answer for that one though.
What a loving father.
It's
my favorite
like
child is BlindSight.
It's a good
it's
answer.
like
I'll
they
take
tell
that.
us at my work. I work at with karate students, and the other instructors say you can have a favorite, but no one can know who it is.
That's a good philosophy.
That my girlfriend's a teacher, and that adds up with what I know of the profession. So
do we have time to explain how Lilum works with the different speeds and, well, not speeds, the directions that the wheels are going? Because I think that's an interesting mechanic.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry. Yeah, so Lilum's a character that you can pick up and just play. Like I said earlier, like you can just play her and you'll have good success. But if you really want to master the character, you know, easy to play, hard to master. You'll see when she runs, her wheels turn blue. All of her attacks that involve her feet, that involve her, you know, kicking and stuff, have different angles if it's blue. And if you run backwards, the character can run backwards. I honestly haven't been paying attention if these guys are doing that or not. But she can run backwards, and then they turn orange, and those have different angles as well. Generally, the backwards hitting moves just straight up combo like crazy. They're really hard to hit, but they almost guarantee combos. They're really strong. And then the forward hitting moves can be really good for getting someone off stage and for just positional advantage.
ooh.
And knowing those angles and which one to use is, I can't even do it. I mean, I consider myself one of the better players of this game, and I can only sometimes actually intentionally choose my angle and in the right situation.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
sorry, speaking of not being able to do things that maybe sometimes other players can, was there a point where you were like, oh my god, I'm not the best player at my own game anymore?
Yeah, that was when Tapion started playing.
what was that like? I imagine that's a strange feeling.
Me and Mira are pretty close. I would say we're pretty even, me and the other developer. But yeah, Tapion, like, it did not take him long to get better than me. I imagine if like a Melee Pro picked up this game, they'd start beating me in like 5 games, which is sad. But I mean, it was also, I don't know, it's really inspiring too, because he plays characters different than I do. So to see someone who I respect, like I respect their skill, I respect their choice, start playing a character a way that I didn't even think they could be played, was just really cool. Like it's super fascinating to see. I will say, if you notice that effect when Lilum there got hit, you notice that weird sound and that orange effect that appeared around her. That means your jump was stolen. That means you try to jump and they hit you. So you know those moments in Smash where you're like, you try to jump and you're like, oh, I don't have it. If that happens in BlindSight, it's your fault. That's just another one of those situations where like you should know. We gave you the information.
I love it.
There's just Tapion being good at the game again. Was that Lilum skin? Is that an exclusive skin?
Yes, that Lilum skin right there is the alpha skin. You'll see that they all have the same design. They're black and glowy. And we have one for each character in the game right now. So yeah, if you do support the Patreon, It's $5 or more. Like you can do it once and quit if you want. It does not matter. You will get those skins when we get the game on Steam. We'll give you a code, and that's it. Like those skins will, once the game is actually released, we're gonna stop giving out the skins. So if you do, if you want those, it's just $5, whatever. Quit your subscription if you want. I don't care. I think so. Reaver's in chat.
Reaver's just.
I think he's a little angry right now.
Yeah, he is.
I understand.
Because he's not in the top 8 of this bracket tonight. Because he's less skilled than AJS0 or KK. I'd be mad if I were less skilled than me too. So we got a few minutes left here. So I'm curious, Slade. I want to ask some like bigger picture stuff. If you could go back, like time machine, go back 6 years to when you first started working on this game and like give yourself some advice, what would you tell yourself?
Whenever you set yourself a deadline, assume it'll take 3 times as long. That's one thing. Whatever you think you're gonna get it done in, it takes way longer than you think. I don't know, man. That's a good question, though. I mean, besides like obvious stuff like, hey, this move was overpowered, this was clearly a bad idea, like retrospective stuff like that, I don't know, man. I honestly am pretty happy with the path I've taken, besides the fact that it's taken so long.
So
I honestly think if I went back in time, it'd be hard for me to start, maybe, because I'd be like, hey, yo, it's 6 years. You're gonna be, maybe getting to the point where you're gonna put this game on Steam, and I'd be like, what? Are you kidding me?
It's a lot of hard work that went into this, and still will go into this.
It's a big time labor of love. We got a friend of the program in chat asking if you nerf some socket moves right now.
We kind of. So yeah, I'm assuming this is someone from SmashCon actually, if I'm not mistaken. But Socket Stare was never overpowered at top level play, but at mid level play it was kind of toxic. You could just short out Dare constantly, and it worked very well. So we did change how it works a little bit. It's kind of a nerf buff, but early hits of Dare is unchanged. So if you're actually really good with the character, you can still apply pressure like you used to. But that's only top level people. Mid level people will not be able to accomplish that. Therefore, mid level sanctity, mid level play is actually still going to be fun for mid level people. But the weak hit has way less flex. So flex is another element in our game. It's when you hit a shield, it pushes them away really far. Sockets down there has flex. And it has way less flex, meaning you can shield grab him. So like right there, he did an early hit, so you couldn't shield grab him. If he would have been a little bit more delayed, that Jack would have got the shield grab. Yeah, you definitely still. This is Chai and Candy actually. I mean, like I said, these are two people. Candy's actually played a good bit, and I would actually say he picked up the game so quick it blew my mind. But when you watch these two playing, when we get Tapping out of the equation, you get some good games. We even had Tree pick up the game like 2 years ago or something, and the first day he played, he pulled off some really cool combos. Like just because of his Smash knowledge, like his previous Smash knowledge, he was able to pick up the game and actually start pulling out some cool stuff, which is something I'm really proud of.
Yeah, it has been really cool. Like I said, I always think back to that first. I think it was a Garageland was the first time I played this. It was either that or it was a party in Menominee that you had brought it up to. But you would like brought the computer and you're like, yo, do you guys want to like see the game? I brought it with me. And we were like, oh, let's fucking go! And like everyone's popping off, and it's like it's crashing every other stock, and like I don't even know if there was more than one character, but like we were just so fucking excited because like you could see the frame of the body.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. It was just Socket, and he did not look. I modeled that Socket, and he did not look good. He was like, maybe I'll link those if anyone's interested. Our 3D modeler, our sound guy, Matt Gumby, our concept artist, Seemingly. I'll try to link them somewhere because they're all so phenomenal. Like working with these guys has been an absolute pleasure. Like we got so lucky, man.
Oh yeah, I'd
Yeah,
love.
so
I,
lucky
I
with
would
you.
definitely give those guys a follow if they're on like Twitter and stuff.
Yeah, after we get off stream here, I'll put those guys. If you guys want to join the Discord, I'll put them there. Like I said, that www.blindsightevent0.com has the Discord as well if you want to join it. But it's looking pretty good for Cruz right now for that BlindSight care package. I don't think anyone has contested enough to actually take it from him. And we're probably gonna close that in a couple minutes here.
Cruz is not good. Like, you should have waited till now to drop the 220, but now you intimidated everyone else out. If we could have had some people donating 10, 20, 30s, and then Cruz could have came in and swiped it at the 11th hour, but Cruz has to whip his whole ass cock out right at the start. This is such a pleasant song on this stage. I don't know how loud this is on stream, but...
Isn't it Lilim's theme song?
Yeah, this is Lilim's theme.
Oh, you can feel it. It matches the character.
Exactly, dude. I love that. When we talk about songs and stuff, he always wants to know about the characters' personalities and stuff. And I'm like, wow, this guy is awesome. He's like, yeah, what school did she go to? Like, what's her personality?
What's her Tinder bio?
As somebody who spent a lot of time around the video game music community, it's always really cool to see the way that like that kind of stuff comes to life. I find that super fascinating.
Yeah,
This game definitely didn't have music the first time I played it.
yeah. If it did, it was definitely copyrighted music. It's not ours.
So we're winding down here. Slade, any closing thoughts here on this BlindSight block?
I mean, to start, thank you so much for letting me showcase the game. Like, this has been my life for 5 years. I am super proud of this game. I hope people give it a go. Just try it out. I mean, it's easy to pick up, fun to play.
Yeah, I think we'll get these guys. Maybe this will be the last match. I don't know if you have the access to the players currently.
Yeah, you can cut it off whenever you want, but I will tell them.
Yeah, we'll let them play out this game. Big money on the line.
Okay.
Ooh, we get to see the purple platforms again. Or the purple
Okay, you
walls.
want to bet in this game? Take a character. I'll put up 10 against whoever you want.
I'll take 10 on Lilim.
No, okay. I'll just get my wallet ready. Lilim is Tapion.
Oh, let's go. Yeah.
All right, let's say
I'll be fine with Tapion.
if Chai takes a stock.
Is this Chai or is it Candy?
I'm
not sure.
Don't know. You'll see if he gets hit hard enough. That's how the tags work. If it's Candy, I believe Candy can take a stock, but Chai.
All right, that's our bet. Can Tapion lose a stock or not?
Okay, I'll take that.
I'll put 10 on
it's
he
Candy.
loses a stock.
Candy's definitely got a better chance of taking a stock.
Yeah, he's looking good.
I mean, is this the best 2 BlindSight players in the world?
In this lobby for sure. Oh, what a beautiful overheat.
Down throw overheat.
I mean, we might have to start saying if Candy wins. It is not easy to pop that overheat explosion on people, but that was absolutely beautiful. I do think
that was a new update, right? Where it can activate at new times that it previously couldn't.
Yeah. So yeah, if you down throw someone, you can guarantee it, which is what he did. But the way overheat works is if you hit someone, it does wait until the end of the hitbox, and then it'll explode right after. So you can actually delay your explosion by doing something like a nair or whatever.
Ooh, is that a kill? Oh,
my God.
Down to the wire.
Oh shoot, I might need to go run and get my credit card here.
No one talked about the fact, what if Tapion's just a choker? He's never played under pressure until just now.
True.
I mean, this guy has played every Melee Pro that you can name, but yeah, I think he's cracking.
It's different when you play a player
Oh,
that you
man.
know is gonna
Oh,
beat
man.
you. Oh, Candy! Oh, he's jacking off right now.
Oh, the reversal hit.
This is so tight.
Oh,
Oh, come on, Candy!
that could be it.
Oh, the
this
DI's
has to be a
there.
match with the high ceiling.
Oh, this is sketch.
Oh no!
And Candy flubs it. Oh.
Okay,
Oh.
I'll since we did such a
Wow.
horrible job keeping track of the dares, because I cannot multitask. I'll put in 50 for that, and then I'll put in another 10 for that bet we just did, KK. So I'll put in 60 altogether.
All right, well, I'm sorry
They
to
just
these.
want to keep playing.
Yeah.
I told them it was the last game.
Yeah, we'll let them have their fun. So we're gonna cut this on the stream side though. KK, thank you so much for coming in to join us on the commentary, and Slade, thank you so much for letting us do a demo of this. I'm really excited to have finally gotten a chance to show this game off on stream a bit, because I know so many people have heard of it and hadn't had a chance to see it yet. So, folks, go give BlindSight a follow on any of the socials. Hop on the Patreon if you're feeling like a good friend. Donate some money to the kids while you're at it. We haven't had a 420 train start in a while. And we'll be back in just a few minutes, guys. We've got the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Top 8 coming up in just a few minutes here. We're going to be doing a stream cut, so you know the drill. If you see the stream go down, it should automatically come back up within a moment. If it doesn't, just refresh the stream. And I'll see you all on the stadium soon.